Good wishes, dear students. The concept we will be learning in today's class is stoichiometry and rate of a reaction with regard to chemical kinetics chapter. Now, the concept of stoichiometry and rate of a reaction is explained in three different points. The first one, consider a reaction where the number of reactant is equals to the number of product, meaning the stoichiometry is a balanced one here. So the same concept is put down in terms of words. Stoichiometry of both the reactant and the product are the same. So if we consider 1 mole of a reactant giving us 1 mole of the product. So here the stoichiometry is a balanced one. Hence, disappearance of the reactant A is same as the appearance of the product B. If you remember in the class 1 we have talked about disappearance of the concentration on the reactant gives rise to appearance of the concentration on the product side. So this is the concept given in words here. Hence, disappearance of the reactant A, decrease in the concentration of the reactant A is same as the appearance of the concentration, that's appearance of the product on B. The second type of reaction involved here is 1 mole of A giving rise to 2 moles of B. The first type is a balanced one, both on the reactant side and on the product side the ratios are balanced one. The second type of reaction, 1 mole of the reactant giving rise to 2 moles of the product B. So, for disappearance of every mole of A, appearance of 2 moles of B takes place. That is, rate of formation of B is twice as fast as the rate of disappearance of A. So if we write it in terms of expression, rate is equals to twice as fast as the rate of disappearance of A. So minus 2 dA by dt. We write the term within the reactance term because we are talking about the concentration within the square bracket in terms of differentiation. 2 stands for the disappearance of A giving rise to appearance of 2 moles of B is equals to dB by dt. In other words, to understand better, appearance of B is twice as that of disappearance of A. So if we rearrange the formula, take the 2 to the denominator on the other side. Leave the minus sign as it is, as I told you in the previous class. On the reactant side, there is a decrease in the concentration that is denoted with a minus sign. So leaving the minus as it is, dA by dt is equals to 2 goes to the denominator on the other side. So we get 1 by 2 dB by dt. The third type of reaction involved here are, the general one where most of the chemical reactions of this type here. So here the first type of reaction is 1 mole of the reactant A giving us 1 mole of the product. The second type, 1 mole of the reactant A giving us 2 moles of the product. The third type is more than 1 reactants. Now here 2 types of reactant we have taken, giving rise to 2 types of the products. So A and B are reactants, C and D are products. X, Y, L, M stands for the coefficients, the numerical term. So the explanation given here is the rate of the reaction is equal to the consumption of the reactant or the formation of the product. Here again, if you look at this graph, you will understand consumption of the reactant when we say concentration of the reactant is completely decreased. Now formation of the product when you say concentration of the product is increasing. So the rate of the reaction is equal to the consumption of the reactant or formation of the product divided by its coefficient in the balanced equation. So the type of questions asked from this particular concept is, you will be given a chemical equation reaction. You have to write the rate of the reaction for the given reaction. So how shall we write it? Whatever you've got the coefficient to be, write them in terms of a fraction or in the denominator. So on the reactant side, never forget to add minus sign. Minus sign stands for decrease in the concentration on the reactant side. So minus X comes to the denominator. So 1 by X dA by dt. Why are we writing in terms of differentiation? Because rate of a reaction is calculated as a change in concentration of a chemical species with regard to time, and that's the formula we have seen, C2 minus C1 by T2 minus T1. So differentiating them, we are taking the concentrated term within the square bracket is equals to, y comes to the denominator, so minus 1 by y dB by dt is equals to, on the product side, L comes to the denominator, M comes to the denominator, so we write it as 1 by L dC by dt is equals to 1 by M dt by dt. Moving on to the certain important definitions involved in this chapter. The first one is an average rate. You have, based on every calculation, there are plenty of numericals, both in terms of 1 mark, that's the objective type of numericals, 2 mark question numericals based on the 5 mark category. So it got plenty of numericals. Today we will just see the definition alone. They are not difficult for you to understand. Average rate, when we say change in the concentration of the reactant or the product of a chemical reaction in a given interval of time. So average rate, when you hear change in concentration, again the same graph I will show you. Whether it's on the reactant side or on the product side, if the reaction takes place, there is a change in the concentration, C1 and C2. Here also C1 and C2. Similarly, time interval T1 and T2. Here also T1 and T2. So that's the meaning of change in the concentration of the reactant or the product of a chemical reaction in a given interval of time. So if they ask you for this particular reaction, how will you calculate the given interval of time? T2 minus T1 gives you the given interval of time. Moving back to the instantaneous rate. Change in concentration of the reactant or of the product of a chemical reaction at a given instant. Now the same thing, if you look at it, if we ask you the instantaneous rate at T1, so the C1 concentration is applicable for a T1. So talking only about the rate of the reaction at T1 stands for instantaneous rate. When we say T2 minus T1 stands for average rate. That's the keyword I have underlined, within a given interval of time, within a given instant of time here. Moving on to the third type of definition, that is initial rate of a reaction. In general, the instantaneous reaction rate at a moment of mixing the reactant is calculated from the slope of the tangent drawn to the curve at moles per liter. The rate calculated by this method is called as an initial rate of the reaction. I know you didn't understand. Let me tell you with the graph. As we have seen, rate is calculated making use of the two type of parameters. One is a concentration, the other one is a time. So concentration we take on the y-axis, time we take on the y-axis. What was the unit in the definition page we saw? Unit of concentration is moles per liter. Time unit will be seconds or a minute inverse, or depending on whatever type of time parameters we are considering into. So this is x-axis and this is y-axis. Now when we say in terms of reactant, if we take the decrease in the concentration, you have learned it in your lower classes, drawing the tangent. If I draw the tangent, for example, if I draw the tangent, this is the tangent point for me at which the tangent line touches the, a curve of a circle or a curve of the point graph, it touches there. So this is the point of initial rate of a reaction. That is nothing. As soon as we add the chemical species, the reaction does not take place. It takes time slowly for the concentration to decrease. At one particular point, there will be a change in the concentration where the reaction will begin to take place. So that is called as an initial rate of a reaction. So how shall we calculate the initial rate? By drawing the tangent curve to the time limited. The rate can be calculated by this method is called as an initial rate of the reaction. Remember the tangent curve drawn here. Moving on to the next definition, rate law. Rate law is expressed for the given question as the rate of the reaction depends on the concentration of the reactant. Now, the whole chapter, wherever we study about rate of the reaction, the priority is given for the reactant and not on the product. So, rate law, when we say writing the, now if you take here A and B are the reactant giving us the product. Rate of the reaction depends on the concentration of the reactant. So, M is the coefficient of A and N is the coefficient of B. Rate law is equals to K into concentration of A. That's a square bracket should be read as a concentration. Concentration of the reactant A of the order M and concentration of the reactant B of the order N. So, the coefficient goes as a power to the given term. K is known as a proportionality constant. You know the meaning of it. Hence, M and N are reaction order with respect to A and B. In other words, rate law depends on the rate constant, concentration of the reactant. You know to calculate the concentration of the reactant. If you remember the formula you derived from it, and a rate also can be calculated. Rate is equals to change in the concentration of the reactant. Now, rate constant term, the next class we will see. So, rate law depends on the rate constant and concentration of the reactant. Initial rate of the reaction is nothing for the given graph when we draw the tangent. The tangent point where it touches the graph, the initial rate, actually the reaction takes place at this particular point. So that can be calculated from the graph. So it's called as an initial rate of a reaction. Thank you.